Let him go and tell the people that have sent him that there will be consequences. That cannot and will not be allowed to stand. The Yoruba nation is a massive, highly educated, civilized race. We fight our wars differently. And we are not going to sit back and allow any trashy talk from any trashy group of people to keep talking as if they own even the air we adjust and go back to status quo ante. Two cannot live together unless they agree.
Right.
Pre-1804, before the British came, we were separate nations. We were all separate nations, and we were not conquered by the British. I'm talking about the Yoruba now. We were not conquered by the British. What we signed with the British, because I have to go to status quo ante to be able to put this in proper perspective. We were not conquered by the British. What we signed with the British were treaties of trade and cooperation. They were not treaties of conquest or subjugation. So that has to be very clear. And it was all this that the British took into all the treaties that we signed with them. We have copies of all these treaties that the British armed themselves with to do what they call this amalgamation in 1914, which is a massive error. But of course, it was done to advance the economic interests of the British. So whatever happened, and it's been classified as a monumental mistake, a monumental error, because we are completely different peoples. The Yoruba nation presently in Nigeria is over 60 million. All over the world, we are over 300 million. When you count those people in the diaspora, in the 500-year diaspora, and the people in the latest diaspora of the 20th century. In the various countries of the world where we are as Yoruba, in America, USA, in Trinidad and Tobago, in Jamaica, in Brazil, in Cuba, in St. Lucia, in Haiti, Dominican Republic, and so on and so forth. The Yoruba form a very large diasporan population, close to 300 million, if not more. So we shouldn't be talking of being in Nigeria. There is no reason why we should be here. Secondly, you will discover that we don't share the same worldview. The cosmogonic belief of the Yoruba is totally different from every other tribe, and we are completely unique. We are unique in the way we dress. We are unique in the way in our culture. We are unique in our world outlook. We are unique in our developmental aspirations. We are totally unique and different from the rest of Nigeria. So we have said it many times over that we want out. We do not belong to Nigeria and we want out. Anybody now who's telling you that they want restructuring, he's begging the question. Because we have said it, that it is too late for restructuring. A lot of people have been shouting and clamoring for restructuring all over the whole place. Oh, restructuring. It is an old, outmoded, outdated song. Nobody wants that song anymore. Nobody wants to sing that song from that song sheet. We don't even want resource control. Why are we making anybody to own what rightly belongs to us? Why? We don't want resource control. We own everything in this geographic space, right from time immemorial. Neither do we want sovereign national conference where we sit down with somebody and then we start arguing, hey, this is what you get, this is what you get. No, we want out. That is the only way we can achieve our God-given potential. And all these things that we are saying, they are all in the charters of the United Nations, the Charter of the African Union, the Charter of even ECOWAS, the right to self-determination. Two cannot stay together unless they agree. A situation where somebody says Nigeria belongs to them is talking trash. They are talking balderdash. That kind of trashy talk, I don't need to make any comment beyond the fact that when you say Nigeria belongs to you, go ahead and take your Nigeria, but Yoruba land is not part of all that. Yoruba land is definitely, emphatically not part of all that. Any intruder, any person who wants to annex Yoruba land is asking for trouble. Like the gentleman who said, the gentleman from, is it Yetiala, Kaltahure, or whatever nonsense? He said something to the effect that they will bring vigilantes and they will put them in every part of Nigeria. Let me use this opportunity and this medium to tell him that is asking for, is making a declaration of war. That's the way we consider it. You deploy anybody here in any uniform, you are declaring war on the Yoruba nation, and there will be appropriate sanctions. There will be consequences. Let him go and tell the people that sent him that there will be consequences. That cannot and will not be allowed to stand. The Yoruba nation is a massive, highly educated, civilized race. We fight our wars differently. And we are not going to sit back and allow any trashy talk from any trashy group of people to keep talking as if they own even the air we breathe. That's laughable. And the constitution that they have foisted on Nigeria, that's another fraud.
Oh, wow. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré dákẹ́ nígbà yẹn torí mo ní ìbéèrè tí mo fẹ́ bi yín ṣé wà pẹ̀lú wàsà mo fẹ́ mọ àkókò àti ìgbà tí ẹ sọ tí ẹ ṣe fídíò yìí torí pé ẹ sọ níbẹ̀ wípé ẹni restructuring it is too late. Ìgbà yẹn rèé ó ṣeé ṣe kí wọ́n mọ̀ tí náà ń sìn àti pé àwọn kan ti dìde tí wọ́n ti ń polówó tí wọ́n ti ń polongo fún restructuring báyìí tí wọ́n ti ń pariwo fún restructuring báyìí mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ wípé kì í ṣe òní kì í ṣe àná kì í ṣe ìjẹta òun lè ṣe fídíò yìí dájúdájú fídíò yìí ti wáyé ṣáájú tó padà wá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nísinsìnyí àbí ṣé mo ń jánà àbí mo ń ṣe mo ń gbà á.
Kí lẹ fẹ́ kí n dáhùn báyìí nítorí gbogbo
kí ló dé tẹ̀yìn sọ pé restructuring yìí is too late torí pé mo rò pé nígbà náà kò tí ì wáyé tẹ́ fi sọ but nsìn àwọn èèyàn ti wá gbé bí ẹ̀yìn báyìí.
Ó ti wáyé ńgbà yẹn náà ó ti wáyé 2018 nìyẹn 2017 náà ṣe restructure summit tí gbogbo Nàìjíríà ṣe restructure summit tán lọ pàdé ní tán sọ pé kí àwọn each of the regions kán lọ pàdé ara wọn ní capitals àwọn regions yìí so àwa ṣe ti wá ń bàdàn ní 2017 nígbà yẹn náà láti sọ fún wọn pé kò sí restructuring kò sọ́nà ń bẹ̀ kí lẹ́yìn restructure ṣé gbogbo òdò tó ti forí ṣánpọ̀ yìí tó jẹ́ pé àwọn kan àfẹ́ sòótọ́ fúnra wa kì í ṣe kankan náà àwọn kan wọ́n plan coup wọ́n take over government wọ́n kó gbogbo èrè oko Nàìjíríà ń kó sọ́dọ̀ ara wọn gbogbo àlùmọ́nì Nàìjíríà ń kó sọ́dọ̀ ara wọn a dẹ̀ ní pé constitution tó ń kọ ṣe wọn ò tó ṣe so kí la fẹ́ restructure àti ń sọ láti